Hi, I'm Fletch. I'm the designer of Disney Sorcerer's Arena Epic Alliances, and this is TerreDice Games.
Hey everybody, what is up? My name's Mackenzie.
And I'm Jonathan.
We are husband and wife, and we'd like to welcome you to TerreDice.
And we have literally had one of the best weekends of our entire life.
It was crazy. It was like the culmination of 3 years of work, maybe even more. I'm excited to tell you guys everything what happened and go into detail about things we saw, things we did, people we met, just all the things. So if that sounds like something you want to learn about, then just keep watching.
Okay, so starting from the top, and we got notes because it was a long weekend. But starting on Wednesday, we arrived in Indianapolis bright and early. We've never gotten there on a Wednesday for the convention. Nope. So for folks who don't know, it starts on Thursday, goes through Sunday. So we wanted to get a day to acclimate. And also, being in the media, there's a lot of things that happen on Wednesday night before the convention officially kicks off. So we got to do a little bit of that. So we arrived, we got our badges. My mom showed up, so Grandma was there to watch the baby because Charlotte flew with us on the plane.
Yes.
So basically the first thing that we did was we went to the Cosmoctopus launch party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was, so Lucky Duck was launching a brand new game, Cosmoctopus, and that was in this really cool bar that we got to go to, and they actually had like grape soda that was like themed as like ink, an offering for the inky
for the
one.
great inky one.
Inky one, and Paula Deming, who is a YouTuber that does works for Watch It Played and then also does her own skits. She was like the spokeswoman for this party, and her face was everywhere on these videos.
This cultist.
Yeah, and so it was really cute, really fun.
And the best part was Henry Audubon was there.
Yeah, Henry Audubon was there, who is also the designer of Parks, which that was great to be able to meet him
really
and
cool.
Congratulate him on the game and talk to him and actually get to see the game set up.
Yes, and Devin is the new marketing manager for Lucky Duck, and oh my goodness, he put together such a great event from his perspective, like the things he was running. It was so much fun, and we really enjoyed kicking off this game and celebrating its release at Gen Con. It's a really special thing to get a game released there.
Yeah, it is. So we were able to pick up a copy of Cosmoctopus, and there it is. And so I'm excited to dive into that and give you guys our thoughts on that one.
Yeah, sweet. So right after Cosmoctopus, we headed over to Hachette to see their new games.
Yes.
So this is a publisher that we love a lot. They have had some hot years at Gen Con recently. Spoiler, they sold out of everything again this year.
Yes.
So Sky Team was the hot game that we were really excited to get. That's this one here. You're a cooperative 2-player game where you're trying to land a plane together, and there's wind, you're tilting, and you got to try to land it at the same time, but there's limited communication. Now tell me if there's not a better game out there for causing a fight. Because I don't know if there is, but it is so fun.
Maybe it's like a
so
therapy
quick.
game.
Yeah. What I love is it's a very quick game. It's under 30 minutes, and we're actually going to be giving away a copy on this video. So we bought 2 because it was such a hotness thing that we thought we'd share it with you guys. So stay tuned for that.
Yes, and we got to play a full game of this, so we can vet that we really enjoyed it and think you guys will as well.
Yeah, I played it with my dad afterwards too. Yeah,
awesome.
So a lot of fun. And then we also got to play Mega Corto and Koale, which are games we love. Great little abstract games, but with giant blocks. So that was a lot of fun.
So thank you to both those companies. Those are awesome parties. So Thursday was the opening to Gen Con, and it was crazy. It was packed. Like everybody was saying that it felt like a Saturday.
On a Thursday.
It was on a Thursday, and this was definitely, they said, the most people they've seen since 2017. So levels were back up, but the excitement was really there, and we hadn't seen our booth yet. So if you don't know, our game, our first designed game, was having its Gen Con preview retail debut at Gen Con this year. And Good Games Publishing, our co-publisher doing the retail print, had a beautiful display. And so I'm going to insert a clip here of where I got to see it for the first time. Okay, so we just came into Gen Con 2023, and we are about to go see the Bark Avenue booth over at Good Games Publishing for the very first time. I'm really excited. There's lots of people here, and this is crazy. I came in 2021, and it's like, I don't know, quadruple the amount. Okay, so let's go see it. So yeah, it was really cool, and you can tell.
We just filmed those two back to back, and I totally was like picturing us waiting 30 seconds before we start talking again. It's like, oh yeah, we don't need to do that because of editing.
Yeah, but it was really cool, and I am just really grateful that our co-publisher did such a great job of setting that up and having such a beautiful place for us to demo. If we were able to demo the game to you, we absolutely love being able to do that with you. Jonathan, you are a great demoer, and I got to demo some rounds too, and it was just a really fun. Now, we said before, we only got in about 100 copies airshipped in, and there was the retail version only of the game.
Mm-hmm. So it's not the same thing that Kickstarter backers
It is not the
get,
same
yeah.
thing that Kickstarter backers are getting.
Mm-hmm.
But if a Kickstarter backer came up and they said they backed the game, I was able to give them a Bark Avenue patch, which was really fun, and take them behind the scenes. And we did get one deluxe copy airshipped in, which is the Kickstarter edition.
And it almost did not make it there. So
Yeah.
for people who, we didn't tell anyone this, but it actually got shipped to our house, and it arrived after we were already at the airport the day we left. So we had our friends FedEx it overnight for so much money, and we had it available to show Kickstarter backers. That's how much we cared about like making sure that they saw it.
Yeah.
And it was the first time we saw it too.
Yeah.
And it was so cool to see the dual layer boards, the squishy poops. It just
Yeah.
like, it looked great.
We got to let people squish the poop. So that was really
Everyone's
fun to
like, let me see the poops.
Yeah, so limited number. Oh, and it was amazing because I got to meet also people's, like, the dog parents of people that, like, were in the game. And so that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then...
I think my favorite, sorry to interrupt. I think my favorite was that I got to play the game with people who were like, I playtested this when it was black and white with lines on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
So they played the first sketched version that we playtested at Gen Con 2 years before.
Someone even
so
playtested
very
it
cool.
when we did a tabletop simulator version back in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in 2020, which was like still like basically the outline of what it is now.
Yeah.
So
It's
that
very
was
cool.
pretty cool. So yeah, lots of fun demoing. I think one of the coolest parts was watching people play the game and then be like, yep, I'm buying it, and then stood up and bought the game.
3 turns and the whole table would get up and all get in line. Oh,
Yeah.
it's such an amazing feeling.
So thank you, everyone. We're really excited. So the Kickstarter delivers in October, and the retail version will be coming out in November. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. We'll make sure to let you guys know when that retail version is going to be available for everyone to get.
Yes. Now, moving on, we heard whispers, and we'll get to this more Bark Avenue later, but we heard whispers that things were selling out already on Thursday morning because there were 75,000 people there. So I ran out and I bought some games. So that's when we bought Sky Team.
He disappeared. He said, you demo, I gotta go do some shopping.
Also, my mom helped, which was pretty great. She stood in line with our baby with the giant stroller. He was like, move out of my way. She got us some games. So we got the expansions for Northgard, so the Warchiefs, so I get the asymmetric player powers. I have played the video game, so I'm very, very partial to it. And also the new monsters. And then Unmatched, Brains and Brawn, so that's the new Spider-Man, She-Hulk, Doctor Strange Unmatched expansion. It's the last in the Marvel line, I believe. So
Yes,
I'm very
is.
excited about that. And then Wild Tiled West. That was a terrible accent, goodness gracious.
Yeah,
I feel like I gotta get a Wild Tiled West.
that was better.
That was a little better. Still a little weak. I gotta get into it. Wild Tiled West is this game where you are like drafting tiles to build your own little mining town. You got cows and gold, and I just love, if you know my favorite game is Great Western Trail, so I'm just a big fan of the theme.
Any cowboy game.
But yeah, you get the D20s, and you place them places, and those are the tiles you can grab. So seems really cool. It's by the designer of Clank. So yeah.
Yeah. So if you notice behind us, you might be creeping, is that if you watched our Gen Con, what you should look out for, some of those games aren't behind us, and we still stand by those games, and some of them we were able to check out. But we were so busy with so much other things, and like everything sold out. Like
it was so gone by Thursday afternoon. You couldn't get half.
Yeah,
of it.
so like things we have, like we worked really hard to be able to get them.
Yeah.
But some things we just weren't able to get. Like, and so we still stand by those, and hopefully we'll be able to get those in the future.
Now there will be some things we're getting soon. So you went and talked to the op.
Yeah. So I went. So this is the same day. I went and got to have a meeting with the op, which was great. I got to see the art project, which the art's by Vincent Dutray. It looks really cool. I found out that was just going to be for demo, so that was not for sale. But I'm excited for when that one does come out. And then I also got to see, I saw At the Ready, but I haven't gotten
the new Sorcerer's Arena.
The new Sorcerer's Arena expansion, excuse me. But I was not able to pick it up. Hopefully that will be out soon. They had sold out. So hopefully I can get a copy of that soon to be able to share that.
I hear Mrs. Potts is like the MVP support character.
That's what I said, because I actually got to talk to the designer of the game, which was really cool. I haven't gotten to meet him in person yet. And I think talking to all these designers, I mean, it makes sense because I'm passionate, but like to hear the passion that everyone has for these characters, and we'll go into more detail, it's just like, and everyone has to their projects. It's
these people love Disney, and they love games, and they love seeing families playing games and loving them.
They're just really committed to it.
Yeah.
And one game I was able to pick up at the op is The Perfect Wave, which I am excited to check out. This was actually what their whole booth was like themed after. It was all like Hawaiian tropical, so I'm excited to dive into The Perfect Wave. It looks like a really cute family weight game that would be great for the summer. So I think a review on this will be fairly soon. And then after that, I got to go hang out with AEG for a content creator party, where I got to pick up a few games there. I got to pick up, I got Deep Dive, Waffle Time. I actually demoed Deep Dive last year at PAX, so I'm excited to play that one again.
Yeah.
Waffle Time, and what else am I missing? Point City. So those are the ones I was able to pick up. So Point City is like the second to Point Salad. Yeah. So I will be diving, and I've heard cute things, and I've talked to some people that played Waffle Time.
Yeah, I'm so excited because these were all things I saw in like rough prototype form last year.
Yeah.
So like we saw Deep Dive at PAX, and then Waffle Time I saw taped to the front of a Cascadia box, like coming soon. It was it was very rough.
At the AEG party, I got to see some things coming next year, which was really cool. I got to see Fit to Print, which is coming out in a couple months, and I also got to see Let's Go to Japan, and I got to see the new Cascadia expansion. So that was neat to be able to see the little sneak preview of that.
Last up for that day, no, this is still Thursday, so this is like day one of the 4-day convention. We went to the Panda game manufacturing party. So Panda is our manufacturer for Bark Avenue, and so we got to see our project manager, our backup project manager when our project manager's out, our like print specialist.
Project manager.
Yeah, I know. Everyone we interact with was there. So like we have this one print specialist who was like, I noticed on this tiny 1mm corner, this side's rounded and this side's square. And we're like, I never saw that before in like the last year that it's looked like that. So it was really cool to see like these experts who just know how to check a print file. Oh my goodness. So it was really cool to see them get some last minute business out of the way, some wiggling with the the inserts and the boxes and everything, just to make sure that we're all set for our final production.
Yes. So I was very happy to be able to go and thank them in person and meet them in person. So we had a lot of fun at that party as well. So now it is Friday morning, and now the first thing we did was cover the first round of the Disney Villainous tournament, which is the first time they've ever had an official tournament. So I was so excited to be able to be there to cover it. So how it worked was there was like, we're going to have an entire video. So this is going to be a very brief overview of this tournament. So it went from like top 32, then we went to 16, and then the next day it went down and down and down until Sunday morning. It was the final two. So it was really cool because it was everyone played the same characters, and it was a 2-player match. And I got to chat with the designer, and I got to talk to the art director and like their marketing person and all these other people that were really into Villainous, and to be able to chat with these people, and the fact that like it's only two people in charge of like the brainchild of this, it's like really cool again to hear like their passion behind it. And you'll hear all the interviews when we do the full Villainous coverage and release that video. But man, like I was just thankful to be able to be there and to like hear
Yeah.
like everything that's happening.
It was so cool too, just to see. There's so many characters in the lineup now
Oh,
that
yeah.
they had so much to pull from. You had this envelope, you didn't know what you were gonna get. You rock paper scissors for who chooses first, and I thought that it was just a lot of fun.
Okay.
So I did actually enter
Yeah, I
into
was
the
about
tournament.
to say, looking now,
And I got out in the first round. I got defeated in my very first game, which was hilarious. I would like to say that it was. I was bested. Yeah. So the person who I was supposed to play up against didn't show up. So I got to play against. I was lucky enough to play against someone who had waited for their chance to be
Hours.
number one on the wait list, and so they crushed me. Actually, no, I feel like it was pretty close.
They did not crush you. Like, give
Yeah.
yourself some credit. You guys were like the second to last at the table out of everyone playing.
Yes,
and
that's true.
like there were so many fake cards on each of your guys' like
I had
you guys
every fake card out by the end
yeah,
of the game.
because there were some people that like lost right away, but you guys battled like for a long time. So I think
It was over an hour.
You were
Yeah.
a good challenger.
Yeah.
But yeah, he lost. So he then became my cameraman for the rest of the tournament, which was also good. Yeah.
Now, the winner of that tournament got a golden cauldron, so that was like a pretty cool award. And then people got play mats if they made it far enough and such. So some really cool stuff.
I think
yeah.
they also got an advanced copy of Boogie Boogie.
The winner did, yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, so incredible. Keep an eye out for that. It'll be coming out in the next couple weeks, the full Villainous coverage. Very excited tournament that we will tell you about. So while we're covering the Villainous tournament, they were actually, the hall had opened, they were continuing to sell and do the floor for Bark Avenue. So then we wandered back over and started demoing to that. When I got back over there, the stack was almost gone. They had sold so many that morning, and we ended up selling out of the game like an hour later. Like,
Yeah. Mhm.
so that was pretty cool.
So we had back-to-back demos, and we just continued to demo it the whole weekend. So we got
Yes.
a lot of people to play it. But we took a break, went to PF Chang's, had a little celebration
Yeah.
across the street.
I
So-
really like demoing.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you really love PF Chang's.
I also like PF Chang's, but I really like demoing.
We
the
don't
game.
have one in New York. It's kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun demoing the game.
Yes.
And it was so fun. We got to sign a lot of copies, and I think that was really special too, to be like, oh, you want our signatures. You want us to sign your copy.
I was like, oh God.
It's
I
cool to
would
go to
mess
an
up.
event where the designers are celebrated.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun with that. So then we did some shopping. We picked up Barcelona. It was my Euro of the year, so that was the big Euro I wanted to pick up. Very excited to play that. I just love just the city in general has such a cool structure, and so I think it was perfect for a game. Now we also picked up Dice Veggies from Kids Table Board Games, who I just love this publisher. And this one, to be honest, I was not sure if we were going to actually buy this game at the convention, but we went over and checked it out. It had a 5-second demo where it's like you pull off the dice, but the trick is you can only pull off 10 pips, and then you have to take those dice and fulfill all these orders. And honestly, just so cute. I loved the small box. Honestly, the size is what sold it for us. And just I thought it was a really cute game, so I'm very excited to play it.
And we saw it.
Yeah, it's the only game with a giant knife in the. So yeah, I'm very excited about this game.
All right, so then it was Saturday, and so we got to go cover the tournament again. And
Top 16, top 8.
Yeah, top 16, top 8, I was about to say. Again, we are going to go into that full Villainous coverage, but very exciting stuff to be able to play. And then what did we do after that? My mind.
After that, we did more Bark Avenue demos. So we said that we were going to demo from 3 to 6 p.m. And so we got back at 2:45 to set up, and there were people sitting waiting to play, and a line of people also waiting to play. Wow, what an amazing feeling that they're like, we're back, we're ready for the 3 p.m. demos. So we just did demos the rest of the afternoon. We got to play some demos with some friends, both some fraternity brothers that I had in college 7 years ago. Also, we got to play with a bunch of backers who had dogs in the games, and then we also got to play with some of our friends in the media, like Thinker Themer. Amy and Maggie came over to play with us, and that was so fun to see them again. We just saw them a couple weeks at Level Up convention, so this was a lot of fun.
All right, so that evening we got to go to something I did not anticipate or really like understood what it is we were going to beforehand. So there's this little game called Lorcana.
Little game.
Yeah, it's a little game called Lorcana, and size is little, that came out at Gen Con this year. It is a trading card game.
Now, you may have seen it in like mainstream news because there were mobs of people who were lined up at 6 p.m. the night before for this game. It was the hotness of the convention. Everyone was there for Lorcana, and it got rushed every morning, sold out, and it is the hotness. So if you've heard of Magic the Gathering or other trading card games, Pokemon, that sort of thing, there is now a Disney competitor in the ring, and it's something.
It's really cool. We played a couple rounds, and the art is stunning. Okay, but I can't give a full thing on gameplay yet. But what I can tell you is we got to go to this party, which was like this, like basically a launch party. And we got to talk to the artistic director of Lorcana, to both the designers of the game, the storyteller. They have a storyteller to make sure that the game is thematic.
They put the lore in Lorcana.
Yeah. And then I also got to talk to Nick, who is one of the artists for Lorcana. And
did Elsa. And
lots of other ones. Like, I just got to like chat with these people, and they gave us card decks when we got in. So Disney provided those for us, and that was really cool. So we have our decks, and then we got to unveil them, and then we did this really neat like trading like exercise, almost like to get us comfortable with trading.
That was the best. It was a scavenger hunt. We had to get certain cards into our deck by trading with other people.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would have been able to break up my deck if I hadn't been forced to. And so it was a good way to get you trading. Yeah.
So why it's so big is that like you never know what you're gonna get. And so it was really funny. We were talking to one of the designers, and we said, "What are you excited about?" I'll show the clip here probably.
Cool. Is there anything you're looking for in particular? Is there something you're hoping gets open tonight?
I would love to see someone here pull an enchanted rare card. Because I love shiny cards, and those are the most shiny cards in the set.
But so he was excited to have enchanted cards. And what did you pull?
Well, I opened up my first 12-pack booster, and an enchanted card.
You're like, this is pretty.
The designer was like, oh, that's one of them. And these have a super low pull rate. They're the rarest of the rare. You got to go up a couple tiers. It's like uncommon, or common, uncommon, rare, super rare, legendary. Then you get to the enchanted cards. And yeah, there were not a whole lot found this weekend. In fact, if you found one, you actually got invited to the secret event. I missed the cutoff by a couple hours. But it was so cool to find this card. And I hate to tell you guys, but I've been playing with it. It's not in a case, so it's in a sleeve, but I'm playing with it.
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
It's cool. So what Lorcana kind of feels like to me so far, it's like kind of like fan art turned real. Like it's like official fan art. But it was such a fun event. So themed, and so like for me, who is like a Disney freak, and like to be meeting all these people was just like a dream come true.
Yeah. So we've played several games now, and off the high of that party, I think we need to like play it a little bit more to get our like final thoughts and feelings
so
of it.
we're gonna pause.
But we're having a lot of fun. It is really cool. Lots of fun thematic characters. I love Yzma. It's like, you're excused. You put the card back down.
So that officially comes out to retail, to like local game stores August 18th. So.
Yes, and then broader in September.
Yeah, we'll give our first initial impressions sometime next week after we've cooled down, so we can like give like a real thing. But that was a really cool part.
Yeah, and I love just the passion, again, behind the team that's doing this. I think the most magical part of Gen Con is actually meeting the creative team.
We also got to meet the president of Ravensburger.
Yes, of their games division, who is such an incredible person. I think just to see that the passion goes all the way up, and this is not just a business. This is, it can't be. Like, there's so much passion in games, and to see it in the biggest of the big companies, I think is such a refreshing thing.
Yeah.
So it was a really special event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were telling a story about how they needed pens to Sharpies to like sign copies of the game, and the president like went out and bought them. Like, so it's like everyone's out there doing stuff. Oh, even we found out like during the Lorcana event, artists Like, if you were out there and, like, you saw people manning the line, they even had, like, artists trying to man the line. Like, everyone was out there trying to support the project.
Yeah.
So after that, we got to go to the Content Creator Party, which was hosted by the charity Boardgamer, who is
Chris, he's
a
the
dear
best.
friend of ours, and he puts it together with a partner with Czech Games, and it's where we finally get a chance to, like, all hang out with all of our friends that we've made over the past 3 years. Like,
the rest of the convention is, I'll talk to you later. I gotta go.
Yeah, everyone's so busy with everything. But this is a space where we can all, like, get to, like, see each other. So I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, lots of hugs, lots of games.
Yeah, so it's really, what I thought was amazing is, like, we didn't know anyone 3 years ago, and now to, like, be like, see your friends and, like, see people like I've seen online and get to finally meet them in person. It's just this whole community that, like, we didn't even know was possible. Now, before we get to the outro, remember that giveaway? Here are the instructions. We're going to be giving away 1 copy of Sky Team by Hachette.
2 players, cooperative. You don't know all the information, dice placement, can you land the plane?
Yep. So in order to win this game, you need to leave a comment down below telling me your favorite place you would love to fly a plane to, like a dream vacation or a place you love to go. Leave that down below and we'll put into a random organizer and it will draw a name. This contest will just be open to people from the US, unfortunately, due to rules and regulations, and it is going to close when?
August 18th.
August 18th. All right. So let me know down below and I would love to give you a copy of Sky Team. So I think the combination of just, like, everything rounding out is, like, celebrating our game, doing Disney stuff, like getting to celebrate friendships, our daughter being there, like
it's a milestone.
family being
She
there.
was crawling
She was
and babbling
pointing.
and it was so cool.
Family being there to celebrate. My dad actually came up on Saturday. I didn't mention that. So my dad got to play, and he, I don't think, has played the game since it was on cardboard. So it was really special for him to be there as well and to show him around the convention, which was honestly really fun to see.
Yeah, Charlie got to come to the booth a couple of times.
Yeah.
And every time we saw her, she's like, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
She was, like, really overwhelmed by the convention until she saw, like, her dog Emma in the box, because she, like, sees it everywhere here. So she was like, I know this. And so we have all these cute pictures of her, like, petting Emma, giant Emma, our dog, on the board.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
So that
a lot of fun.
is Saturday, and let's round it out with Sunday.
Yeah.
So Sunday morning, you went and finished up the Villainous tournament.
Yeah, so we covered the Final Four and then the Grand Finals. We had our winner. It was such a cool thing. The winner also had their baby there, and their wife was just, like, watching the whole thing. So it was cool to see someone who had so much support win. And yeah, he did a great job. It was tough rounds, but pulled through in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you were demoing Bark Avenue.
Yeah, so I got to demo Bark Avenue, like, run solo on that, got to play and hang out with some more people, so that was great.
And then the convention hall closed, like, before we knew it. So we went back, we packed.
We were on baby duty, so grandma left, so we went around. I hung out with Charlotte in the convention hall, and she and I went and looked at, we went over to Haba to, like, see what our future beholds. So we had fun. She was fun. She's a little gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got one final thing in. So one game we're really excited to check out was Kelp. So this is a game that's coming to Kickstarter soon in October, I believe. And it is a hidden movement game where one player is an octopus and another player is playing a shark. And the shark is going through the kelp forest trying to find the octopus. The octopus is trying to eat food and stay away. And it's a really cool little hidden movement game. So it's by Wonderbao, who's a really cool publisher, who's just starting out. And it was cool to see just, like, this very much in progress. Like, we're coming to Kickstarter soon and get to see the meat of, like, what we love as designers. And the team was so great, so it was really cool to see them and what they're up to.
And then we figured out how to get everything in our suitcase and used our extra suitcase we brought, and then we were off to the airport. But like I said, I reiterated again, but just the culmination of everything is why we say this. It was, like, an amazing 4 days. And some people might be like, oh, you're exaggerating for the camera, but I think
Really
we
not.
like have talked about this so many times. It was just, like, there's so much work that goes on behind the scene to make the game possible, and, like, family being there supporting, and then, like, Disney being, like, it was just everything.
Yeah.
So I'm just really appreciative of this community, and thank you guys for giving us the space to be a part of it, and for even watching this video, like, that you took time to watch this video. Like, it doesn't, like, we really appreciate it. So I think that is a nice little bow on our Gen Con 2023 recap. I'm excited to dive into all these games and then more games to come. Villainous video will be coming, so make sure you stay tuned for that.
Yes, Star Wars Villainous. Going
Oh,
Villainy.
that one
It's coming
also.
soon.
That one also. I'm in the Villainous tournament.
Oh yeah,
Coming
that too.
soon.
Yes.
Yes. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know whenever we put out a new video. And we'll see you next time.
Happy playing.